You are now tuned in to FYC The Show with your host, Vinny Bronco.
Repercussion.
And in the booth, we got Just Heck. What's going on? FYC The Show here. Your host, Vinny Bronco.
Repercussion.
Just Heck.
All right, so today we're going to do a little something. I'm going to let Hector lead it off. Let's go.
All right. Just Heck here. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate y'all viewing tonight. Appreciate Repercussion, Vinny Bronco showing up. You know what I'm saying? Know that there's a pandemic going out there apparently, and just glad you guys are safe. Glad
Likewise.
Princess is safe. So, we're gonna lead into some video game related things, but I just want to catch up with y'all because I know we haven't caught up in a minute outside of just being on PSN or whatever. So Reap, you know what I mean? How you been? How's everything been going, man?
Everything's all right. The family's all, staying quarantined. They try not to, get caught up in the issues. Thank God nobody, has been tested positive in the family. So
good. Thank God.
The blessings going like that. And for everyone out there who isn't, hopefully they continue. Do what they have to, social distancing.
Yeah, definitely. Appreciate that. Glad you're safe. Glad everybody's safe over there.
Yeah.
Mr. Bronco.
What up?
What's going on? How you been, man?
I mean, same old same, man. I'm still working, so I'm still going out every once in a while, but I cut my hours like crazy. Only work 3 days, a couple hours every day. Trying to stay away from people as much as possible. Shout out to my mom because, she's been worried about me. She keeps hitting me up, like yelling at me, talking about don't die. I'm here, baby. I ain't going nowhere.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. Glad. How have things been outside? Because I've been practicing social distancing.
So when I leave for work, it's like 4 a.m. So it's like probably like 4 people on the train, 3 of which are homeless, and then me. So it's not that bad.
Right.
I mean, homeless people on testing positive. It's mostly the people who want to sit on top of each other's lap on the bus and stuff.
Right.
You say that reminds me when I went to the supermarket, pick up some bread, ham, and cheese. And, there's a line. There's this lady standing on top of me. I got the guy 6 feet away from me. So I go and I move in between, and she want to go and stand on right behind me again. So I turn around and I start coughing. I was like, nah, back up.
You gotta do sometimes. I did that on the train one time when this first started. I wanted a seat, so I just started coughing. And I said I tested positive, and then dudes moved.
That lady wanted to jump through the window.
My girl had to do that because she was when it happened, she was in her cousin's house. Yeah. And she was trying to get on the bus to go home.
Oh, God, the buses are horrible. They need to
started
just turn the
coughing and
buses
everything.
off.
Everybody ran away. Ran away. She was just coughing. And she was sitting in the back. Every time somebody got close, she'd cough again. Like, nah. Stay away from me.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, listen.
It's crazy,
people are, it's taken 2 months for people to finally get the logistics of this virus. And,
not everybody got it, though.
I know of 3 people who have contracted the virus and they've all recovered, thank God. Yeah. But, there's over 20,000 people who have not. And this virus has complicated life in itself. But the one thing, the group of people's lives that is not truly affected is video gamers.
Nope.
So the way I set up my schedule, I'm literally off Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I game hard those 3 days. Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
So people that are watching, if you're trying to play something and you need help, at Vinny Bronco, at Repercussion, gaming during the pandemic, send them a shout out. They will definitely help you out. So I wanted to get a so you guys have been playing Resident Evil 3, the remake.
Yeah.
And you guys seem to
Him more than
like
me.
it. You
I
guys seem
finished
to
it
really
7
like
times.
it. 7 times. Wow.
7 times, and I platinumed it in
One.
3 days.
One
Crazy.
time for me. Just one.
Man.
That's all I know.
So so tell me, you know, like what are your favorite things about this game? And then we'll get into what could have they improved about it. But what are you guys loving about this game besides the nostalgia effect?
Well, I like how they showed a lot of things that you didn't get to see. You know, in the original, the first thing that happened was you see Jill get thrown out of a building due to an explosion, and then she's running. And this one, it showed she was in her house. She got a phone
Chill.
call.
Oh wow!
And then all of a sudden, he just breaks
Give
through
me-
the window. He comes out of nowhere. And he starts
Oh,
chasing.
wow.
her.
Come
So
through the
you get to
wall.
do that whole little scenario where she starts running. She doesn't know what's happening.
Wow.
And I found that cool because it picked up right from where it left off.
Oh, from
I was
Resident
like,
Evil 2.
wow. No, it's before.
Okay.
So the beginning takes place before. Then
Okay.
there's a small time frame that it takes place after.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
the game itself
It's
takes
kind of
place
like a during, like
a
while that was
before-
going on over there, this was going on over here.
yeah, before and after.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
if you do play it, there's a certain point where you know that you got to play Resident Evil 2, and then you go back to Resident Evil 3 and finish it off. That's how they made the
Really?
story. Yeah, the
Don't
story
worry,
takes place
Don't worry,
24
we about
hours
to set up
before,
something
24
where
hours
Reek is
after.
gonna play it over and record the whole gameplay. He gonna talk
Oh,
about it.
definitely do a run.
We're gonna let y'all know.
You
I'm
think
gonna
you can
let
do
Reed
that?
handle that because he is the expert on Resident Evil 3 right now.
So,
Black-
Reed, you think you got the stamina to do like a single playthrough, or you think you may need to chop it up a little
Bro, I
bit?
finished the whole game in a single playthrough. Took me 6 hours.
Oh wow. Okay.
One of the trophies is you got to beat it in 2 hours, though, ain't it?
I did that too.
Oh
But that's
yeah,
for the Infinite Rocket Launcher though. That was something completely different.
of course. But
Jesus. Everybody gets a rocket. He Oprah them. You get a
Definitely,
rocket.
definitely.
You get a rocket.
I started giving people rockets for no reason. I was like, "Oh, you dead? Take another rocket here." You wasn't supposed to die with them. But
That's
no, it was
crazy.
the game itself. I like how the story, a lot of the story you didn't see, and it also filled in some gaps from Resident Evil 2.
Oh.
You know,
Okay.
and I was like, "Oh wow!" Like I didn't know that's how it happened. That's a great way to show.
Right.
And there was a lot of showcasing that you would think, "Oh, what happened? You know, what was the deal with that?"
Right.
But it still left me with one question. So when you go into the police station, you know how the bathroom is broken, but the third floor has still got the wall. And I'm like, yo, what happened there? You go through the whole game not knowing what happened there.
Right.
I'm like, I still want to know what happened, man.
Okay. Maybe, yeah, that's an interesting.
Other than that, the only thing I really wish they kept
Hmm.
was the decision making. That
From
was
the
a factor
original.
that was
Right.
a factor that I felt
Yeah.
that
Oh,
could have
so they took that away?
opened up. Yeah, that could have opened up a lot of gameplay.
So they made it linear, basically. Like it was just like you
Yeah,
get one.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Like there are
It is.
you,
But it's
well,
still a lot
it's
of
more
fun.
like-
Don't
yeah.
linear
You
doesn't
still
take
have
away
No,
from it.
no. It looks.
You still have the
yeah.
choice of
Mhm.
fighting him or not,
Mhm.
you know. But this time it's not a decision making like, oh, do I electrocute him or do I blind him? It's more of a, do I stay and fight him or do I run?
Gotcha.
So it ends up becoming your fight or flight mode.
One thing
I
I
plan
didn't
on-
like though is the fact that they took away the random encounters. Like I never ran into him
Yeah.
randomly.
Oh,
Like you know how he used to just pop
it
up,
felt scripted.
stars,
Yeah.
and leave.
Really?
I didn't see any of that, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I used
there's some
to
aspects-
scare the crap out of me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because
that was one of my favorite parts.
Because that was kind of new.
Yeah.
Like you'd be walking around and then he just pops out. And then he's running.
I think the first thing to me,
And then the funny part, he'll kill you, and then you'll reload thinking, okay, he's gonna be around this corner, and then nothing's there. You all prepared, and then nothing happens.
Right. Wow.
and then
he's
he's like, all right, I'm
somewhere
gonna put this away, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, he's back again. It's like, damn, I just put
Right. Yeah.
Also, his audio was better in the original because he actually said stars. Now,
Right.
does he even talk?
Yeah, he says it.
But
Okay.
I feel like it's not as often.
Gotcha.
Well, in the very beginning, he says it. Like
Yeah.
after when he breaks
But
through,
He
yells
said
it.
that shit in every encounter at one point.
No, yeah.
I think maybe they put a lot of work into the imagery of it because it looks like a movie. Like I was
Yeah,
watching
it's
like
beautiful.
clips.
Oh yeah,
I was watching clips, especially like at the end when you got that big rail gun and you're shooting. I don't want to
Yeah.
get much,
So-
but that's crazy. I was like,
So before I put anything
Yeah.
up, I have to say that at first, before this remake, I was like, "Oh, Chris is a badass." You know, they made him lift weights and he got all bulky. Jill takes it in this one.
okay.
Hands down, there's nobody that's more badass than Jill.
The way, yeah, it looks dope. As I said, the offline.
Carlo's
like
haircut sucks.
Yes, it does. Even
He's walking around
though-
looking like Reap on a bad hair day.
Now, but it's not even like even if you use his classic,
right,
it's not even any better.
right.
Yeah, because the
It's like-
classic, it doesn't fit the character face anymore. Like,
No.
it's weird. It just looks
Right.
weird. I use the classic, I do, but it still looks weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just like, I can't. I'd rather have him with the helmet hair.
I got a quick Resident Evil 2 question because you guys love that one too. I was like, you guys,
That was him.
yeah, it was definitely like into that. So there was if you go back to the original Resident Evil 2, there was kind of like a secret right at the beginning. If you went the alternate path into the police station, and that the zombie that's walking, he's actually he's like an actual character that died.
He was the character from the first one.
Right.
He was.
Is he there?
Brad Vickers.
Yes.
Brad Vickers is the first one.
Right. So
Like,
is
he was the helicopter pilot to Alpha.
Is he in the remake?
In Nemesis, in the remake to Nemesis, it shows you he's in there because, like I said, it's 24 hours before.
Right.
But not to spoil anything now for everybody else when they do see the video, there's a reason as to why he's not in the remake of 2.
Okay. So
I felt the same way. Trust me. I went through the whole beginning. I was like, I'm not picking up nothing because you gotta go get this, this new outfit, this secret stuff. And when I got there, I was like, yo,
looking for him,
I went looking for him. I was like, yo, I didn't pick nothing up. I was like, you know how much ammo I left behind?
Right.
It was. I was like, damn, man.
They repurposed them. They gave it.
There's a big repurpose, and it's fun.
Okay, that's dope.
Like it actually tells. With that being repurposed to Resident Evil 3, it actually shows a different side story for him. Even though, the way it plays out. So I was like, I was hyped to see how it played out.
Okay, awesome. So, I mean, if you had to give
we'll hear about it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I definitely, we'll put it on IG. We'll chop it up. I still got the other video. I got the other the play of you guys doing the online version of Resident Evil.
Then he went dark.
I know. But
the sun went down. That's the crazy shit.
How fast did it go down?
It's
like dead serious though. I'm looking outside. It's dark outside now. I don't know what happened.
I think Harlem ran out of their sun lease or something. I don't know because it's still sunny up here.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm using the corona
too.
The sun. Man. The sun you guys gotta pay your light bill over there or something. Harlem gotta pay.
Like you can see the shadow figure of Vinny, like
turn on
witness
Vinny's
protection
light.
or something. Vinny's in witness protection or something.
Yeah, right. For real.
That shit took that long to actually come on.
Yeah. So if you had to give
I actually use my TV to turn my light on now. That shit is weird.
So how would you rate the Resident Evil 3? How would you rate it? 2 thumbs up, thumb and a half, 1 thumb.
It's weird because I like it in one hand, like I love the remake.
Okay.
But in the other hand, it took away a lot of things that made it different than all the other Resident Evil games like the original did. So it's
random pop-ups. I really missed that.
Like
the mercenary.
There's a lot of things.
I missed that.
I remember that mercenary mode. I forgot about that.
That was how you had to end the game and then you unlock mercenary mode and then use mercenary mode to unlock all the infinite weapons on the regular mode. Got rid of mercenary mode altogether, and you just got to keep beating the game over and over again to unlock all the infinite weapons.
So
I like mercenary mode a lot.
It's weird. Like I like the reinterpretation. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But comparing it to the original,
Yeah.
it's like it's missing something, just like Resident Evil 2.
Mm,
Resident Evil 2, the remake is amazing,
right.
but it doesn't have a scenario A, scenario B. A lot of it
Right.
contradicts itself. You know,
Okay.
if in
Okay.
scenario A, I turn off the water for the helicopter,
Mm.
scenario B, I got to do that again with the other character.
Okay.
And it's like, yo, this should have already been turned off.
Right.
So,
Cause in the original you were doing
yeah, if
things.
you did something, you did one
Yeah.
side and then
Right.
played the other side as somebody else.
Right. And
And
even if you, yeah, depending on which disc you play first,
yeah,
you did things different too. That was
yeah. So
another awesome thing about the
it's
original.
good, like it's amazing in its own way,
Mm-hmm.
but the way they try to remake it, a lot of the story contradicts in part
So
two.
it sounds like graphically wise or imagery wise, it looks amazing, and even
It's
No,
playing
good.
it's
it's a little bit more fluid. But they
It's
took
what's
away
the
definitely
some of the
story?
gameplay
Yeah,
things that made it
a lot of
cool.
things you expected to see that you were hoping made it. A lot of it didn't make it, and that was the one aspects that were like that
Mm,
really grabbed you.
gotcha.
And even though it's not there, it doesn't take away from the game.
Right.
It's just if it was there, it would have added more.
Gotcha.
So I'm
Okay.
not. It doesn't take away from the game's experience or anything. It's just that would have added more.
Gotcha.
You know.
Okay.
But both games are still amazing.
So Capcom, hope you're listening. You know, you made a great game, but it could have been even greater.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
You know, it
You
is what
took
it
out
is.
too many good. You took out some of the best features of the original.
Mm. Yeah.
Because
But you
Nemesis coming
haven't.
out of random was one of my favorite parts of that game.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But
Yeah.
you having fun playing Resistance, aren't you?
I definitely am.
Yeah.
I
I
play
know.
as the mastermind most of the time, and oh my god,
So I was watching you guys play, and I didn't like the fact that you guys were shooting the zombie in the head and it wasn't dropping. But then again, it's like I was playing World War Z, and it's like you can instantly drop. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different
Yeah.
physics to it.
It
It's different.
depends on.
These are different zombies, obviously. So it's not
Yeah.
like
well, even on Resident Evil 3, when you shoot them in the head, they don't go down. You got to give
right,
them a couple of hits. And
right,
then if you mess up and they laying on the floor, you don't double tap, pop, pop, they
right.
might get back up.
Yo,
It's rule number
double
one.
tap has.
It's rule
So
number one.
I think double tap in Resident Evil 3 is much calmer than it is in 2.
Really?
Because I replayed 2 and I've watched a zombie fake die on me twice in a row. I was like, oh, I killed him, shot him in the head, he laid down. I was like, nah, he's faking it. Shot him in the head, he did the whole animation, laid down. I was like, all right, he dead. I walk over him, he grabbed me. I was like, yo, a third time?
That's crazy.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, I did that in Resident Evil 3. Tap, he laid down. I was like, no, you faking it. 2 tap,
Yeah.
he died. I walk over him, nothing.
Right.
I was like, wow.
Maybe that's something that they hoped that they were improving.
But
Maybe
them sharks are annoying because they just kill you.
the sharks. I don't know what you're talking about.
You'll see in the video. We know what I'm talking about. We just gonna leave it as sharks are annoying. If you ain't got grenades or grenade launcher,
oh man.
What you talking about? You talking about the gammas?
Okay.
Gamma.
Looking forward to seeing that.
Hate
Looking
those.
forward to seeing it.
I hate those.
yo, you know the part in the warehouse when you go down the ladder and then you walk forward and the little thing canister opens up and zombies come out? I didn't know that dude was behind me. So I'm fighting the zombies.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You got one shot?
You know, yeah. Next thing you know, I'm folded in half.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
I was like, yo, this is bullshit.
You know, it's funny
No
because
warning.
I remember telling the story. I didn't even like when I bought Resident Evil 3, it was you know, it had came out and I didn't even know it was like coming out. And I was buying a couple games for the PlayStation 1. And I was just like, yo, that's Resident Evil 3. They're like, yeah, it came out. So I ended up buying it and it was like one disc. So I'm like, oh, they fucking up. Like, you know, Resident Evil 2 had 2 discs. This shit only got 1. And came to find out, I actually liked it better than 2, but it was because of the challenge and the mercenary mode and having to get those weapons, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But it was like,
yo, it was so satisfying once you did mercenary. You got that rocket launcher I
Oh,
just
God.
looked for Nemesis at that point. I was just walking around like, he here?
And he just lay down. He get hit. And
Yeah.
he do that slow fall. You be like, yo, what the hell?
The
Stop.
cool thing is, well, you know, when we get to the game, we'll talk about, like when I put up the video and I do the commentary and everything for the game,
Motherfucker
we'll
sitting
talk
here
about a lot of the classic
drinking
stuff.
his little wine. He ain't even offer nobody none.
It's juice. It's juice. It's not wine. It's juice. Anyhow.
Apple juice?
Apple juice. Yes. It's apple
That's
juice.
what they say.
Yes. Anyhow. So
That's apple juice, and this is water. It's water. Anybody want some water?
Moving on. So we all know what's coming out this Friday.
Yes.
Are we gonna see some early morning gameplay videos from you guys, or?
So
Well, I work on Friday,
Okay.
but I will be leaving as early as possible. Like I'm gonna start at 5, and I'm gonna try to get up out of there at like 9:30.
Oh, I did an early reload.
Yeah. Yo, they let you load it like last week.
Yeah.
That's it right there. Wait, look at that lock. Look at that lock.
It's not supposed to have a lock, man. That means whoever account that is, you got to re-download it. Or re-unlock it.
No, it's locked because it's not officially out.
Right.
Mine doesn't have a lock.
Because you own it.
Mine just has the countdown.
Yeah, if I go to his
so
name,
you gotta wait until.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once it's open up, it'll unlock. Okay. But
I'm excited, bro. I mean,
you won't see me in a chat party for a little while.
I've been
There's gonna be a lot going on.
So I've been playing like Assassin's Creed Odyssey just because, as I was telling Vinny earlier, it's probably the perfect pandemic game in that there's so much to do in like one town, and there's like 100 towns, and it literally to finish. Yeah. So I've been like doing every little thing in one town before I move on, which is cool and annoying at the same time. But I'm like, this basically, I'm only playing that until Final Fantasy comes, until it actually I'm actually allowed to play it.
I think I must have did Resident Evil like in the 3 days from Friday to Sunday. It was Resident Evil 3, and now I'm like, what do I do?
Well, you're on Neo.
I did, and I got everything.
Did you beat Neo yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he been beat Neo.
and I'm like, what do I do? This is like, I love this game so much, and it's like I did everything. I did every challenge. What do I do next? I want to play it, but then it's like there's nothing there for me.
Yeah.
But doing the video give me another reason to get back into it. Because I was like, I need to do something. I think I deleted the game and I downloaded it, finished it again, deleted it, and I was like, but he was like, oh, you should do a video on it. I was like, bet, download again. Give me a reason to download it.
So I want to say like let's do another shoot on Saturday, just so that you guys have had time to kind of play through, or
Sunday?
play through some, huh?
Maybe Sunday.
Want to do it Sunday? We can do it Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday. Yeah, give us some time because Friday's gonna be all that. Yeah. We won't be able to really because we want Saturday as well because that story's gonna be. But there's rumors going around that the game itself, the full Final Fantasy VII remake, could be possibly 4 discs or 4 games. Okay. First game we already know is going to end when they leave Midgard.
Right.
Rumor is the second game would be when Aerith dies.
Gotcha.
And then third game would be when was it Sephiroth and Cloud that they first meet and Cloud loses and the whole group is all captured.
Gotcha.
And then the fourth one would be with Cloud. It starts off with Cloud fighting and coming out of his whole little
right.
Yeah, where he has the memories of Zack and himself that they merge into one, and then.
Yo, we really should have said spoiler alert because I'm pretty sure there's people who haven't played 7 at all.
Well, I'm just saying, it's gonna be different because you're only playing through the first story.
Which true.
Which I mean, I'm hoping that there's
But
so
he done
much.
said Arif dies already, and like people who never played it know nothing about it. They play the first part, fall in love with her.
There's
and then,
also Wikipedia. I mean,
Boy,
Final Fantasy VII is a pop culture staple in that it was one of the games that I still remember. Like I'm in a room, I'm in college, and I'm playing, and there's dudes that are not even into RPGs, but they're watching me play. We're playing cards and cutting class and stuff because I was like, yo, I gotta get through this one part, and it was leading up to where they're trying to go to the Lost City.
yeah.
And they're going, and then Sephiroth pops up, and he kills Aerith, and everybody just stopped. They're like, "Yo, he just killed her!" Like, and I'm like, "Yeah, this game is crazy." They're like, that was like unheard of because I mean, unless you played
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VI, you know, like this was the first time where you actually saw somebody with a real, you know, like with actual. The physics was different. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a sprite. Like in Final Fantasy VII, those were sprites. As opposed to you got to see him stream and the actual motion of it. And that kind of changed. That was like a statement because now everybody's like, oh, people want graphic. They want graphic entertainment. And then, you know, and then Resident Evil 2 followed up right after. And it was, you know, it's a, you know, I don't know. I don't think it's that much of a spoiler because at the end of the day, I remember watching on TV.
I definitely
they
know
was
people
talking
who
about
don't
it,
know nothing about it.
and they're gonna play the game for the first time. They're gonna play
A couple
this
people
one.
from my job.
So,
Okay.
you know what
I
you
mean,
do,
but they're
Henry?
young, so
On the
you know.
title, write
Okay.
spoiler. You heard? On the title, write spoiler alert. So they know there's gonna be spoilers for whatever we talking about.
Right. Well, I mean,
You know?
you know,
Or just edit the video and write spoiler on Reep's forehead and leave it there for the whole show.
Pretty much.
Because pretty much these kids these days, they'll read Wikipedia. I was watching a movie with my niece, and she was like, "What's this movie about?" And I gave her like a slight synopsis and was like, "Oh, let's just watch it." She gets on her phone. I'm thinking she's like texting and watching. She's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I already know what happens." And I'm like, "Why would you do that? Get out of here. Just get out of here." Don't you know, she went and read the movie, though. Forget it. So, I mean, it is what it is. I think at this point, you know, by the time, because that's a disc 3, if anything, by the time that comes out, ain't nobody gonna care. Like this will be a long forgotten. We'll be probably beefing about other things, and hopefully the coronavirus. I'm hoping by at least May the coronavirus will be somewhat in our rearview mirror, stuff like that. But
Hopefully.
you know, it is what it is. You know, but I mean, this is you know, this was like years in the making, man. This was like when Crisis Core came out, and
I think when Advent Children came out, that's when everybody was like, "Yo, they got to remake Final Fantasy VII."
yeah, because that movie had a weird plot, and then it was just
and
like
it was like, but you looked at it and you felt the
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII vibe.
yeah, they were going at
And-
it too. That fight
and
scene
to
was
me-
crazy.
To me, the very first fight scene where, you know, they're fighting where they had the plants at and everything, and then they win, and I was like, "Yo, really nothing?" And then the phone rings, and it's like, I was like, "Oh, they did it!" I
Yeah,
was like, "I don't care, I'm done. I can die in peace now."
I mean,
Screw it.
Sephiroth was slicing a building like it was
it was
nothing.
It was
I
fake.
mean, I feel like I'm hoping that in the end,
This is what we should beef about.
I don't.
That Xbox controller?
I don't see.
No, that is the PlayStation controller.
I don't
The
see
one
what's
that
the
looked like the
big
original
deal.
Xbox.
I don't see what's the big deal. Honestly,
You know what
it
the
looks.
big deal is?
We won't touch it. We won't know what it is. We won't
This
really know what it
You can
is.
see the joystick, you know what I'm saying? That was
Right.
mad blocky. This fits the hand. That one look like it leaves cuts around your hand.
We won't know until
PS3, PS4.
right. We won't know
And then
until
that other shit. That shit
Yeah.
look, but like they did with all the other ones. Remember the PlayStation 3 originally had a boomerang controller. So
Right.
Yeah.
you know,
It kind of looks like they meshed those two together. And you got to remember too, if they're trying to do newer functions with that remote, you have to have more room.
True.
What's the name? You know what I'm saying? And so it's one of those things where you kind of just have to see like where they're gonna go with this, and you know, I mean, listen, if it doesn't work out, I'm pretty sure they'll figure out a way that where you could port over your old remote, or they'll figure something out.
They always had that because there was a way to do the PS3 to the PS4 and the PS4 to the PS3.
Right.
So they'll find a way.
Yeah.
Well, the PS4 to the PS3 came late.
We got Rouge Squad in the waiting room. Should we let him in?
Oh, is he?
we literally got 3 minutes, 3:45 left. Let's let him in.
So welcome. Yeah, let's let him in.
Garbage.
Let him in and welcome.
I just let him in. I don't know if he's here or not, but I let him in last time, and he was the first one.
Garbage.
Yeah, he was the first one that actually asked to join the group, and then I don't know what happened to him. So it is what it is. But
maybe he got pregnant.
Maybe, I don't know. It's crazy. But I mean, that joystick, I mean, it looks cool. I think it looks cool, but I get it ergonomically for you guys to actually like to feed. You know what I'm saying? I get it. It's one of those things. I don't know. Hopefully it will. You know, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
It definitely.
But maybe it'll grow on you, like a mole.
Like a mole.
That's what we doing, moles.
So we were talking earlier, Reek, about PlayStation kind of talking about moving their launch to 2020, while Xbox has not yet come out and said they're going to delay their release of their new system. What are your thoughts?
Maybe in 2020?
I mean, 2021. 2021.
Yeah, no,
sorry.
What I heard for the 2021 release was that they pushing it back because they had found an issue that caused it to overheat too fast.
That's a
so
big
they
issue,
want to be able to fix that before it gets put out.
I told y'all about the coolant. I told y'all. I said you gotta.
That's something reasonable because if you go back and think about Microsoft with the 360, they knew about the issue, didn't push it back, released it, and so many 360 systems bricked.
Red light of death.
So with Sony pushing it back, saying, "Oh look, we found an issue. We want to fix this." I mean, think about how many people would buy something at $400 and be like, "Oh, this just bricked on me."
Right.
You know, you're gonna feel upset that you just lost $400.
Right. Or that you gotta wait to replace it, and
and then you gotta wait for them to replace it. And it's like, wow, like I just bought this and now I gotta wait extra 4 weeks, and that's $400 that I can't do anything with.
Yeah.
I'm glad they came up with that and they found it and made the executive decision to be like,
I'm glad they found the problem and they decided to fix it, because I still have my day one PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they all work. So if I get a PlayStation 5 and it bricked on me immediately, obviously.
All right. Do y'all want to do
lose a little faith?
Y'all want to do another meeting? Or y'all good?
Yeah, we can do another one.
All right, so sign us out, Vinny Bronco, and then we'll restart.
FYC The Show signing out. Vinny Bronco.
Repercussion.
Just Heck.
And Princess.
Princess.
Meow.
All right, y'all. See y'all in a quick minute.